Oh, hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And you start with the Devil card. You're really in your ambition right now, you know. I feel like you're somebody who, when you get focused on something, it's like the rest of the world doesn't exist sometimes. You focus and you're intense and you have this ability to concentrate and sort of put the blinders on, no distractions, no interference, pure driving concentration, And I feel like maybe you're really in your ambition right now. I feel like you're working on something that is very, very intense. Yeah. And you're the kind of person that will it's like you'll be working on something for a long time and maybe you even forget to pick your head up and stretch and look around and get a glass of water, Like maybe somebody has to come and say, hey, take a break. Yeah. This devil energy will just keep climbing up a mountain until something stops it. Okay? And this is the driving force. We all have this to a greater or lesser degree. Some of us are more aware of this drive than others. I think you're very much aware of it right now. And I think you're doing something that is very productive, something that is going to change your life. You're working on something very important. And sometimes, sometimes someone's got to tap you on the shoulder to get your attention. Now, let's put this into some context and find out what they need to tell you, or what is it that you need to sort of lift up your head and take a look at. Okay? We're going to put this into some context with some more cards. We've got now the Builder energy with the Prince of Pentacles. We've got a Queen of Swords and a Eight of Pentacles. We've got a lot of court cards. We've got a Queen of Cups here too. And the Six of Wands. See, the Victory. You're building something that is absolutely going to change your life. This is a real big win, a real breakthrough. This is extraordinary. Okay. Let's do the rest here. We got a 10 of Wands, an Ace of Wands, a lot of fire, an 8 of Swords, and 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles is good. 4 of Pentacles is kind of saying that, hey, maybe you can sort of walk away from this for a minute because somebody's got something for you, either some news or some refreshment, right? Something like that. What we're going to do now is select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're just going to set it down over here. We're going to put Danny, aka Tortuga, right there on top of that card. No, not Danny Carey, the other Danny. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, all right? But it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it down in the comments, all right? Let's do it together. Let's exercise our intuition, all right? I think it'll be fun. Anyway, let's take a look around the room here and see what we have for you. There is Major Arcana, but only that one. This is it. This is all that exists for you. This is the spirit of the thing. Your hard work, your patience, your hard work. Your patience is paying off because you've diligently been climbing this. You've diligently been working forward. You're going to win. Okay, this is going to succeed, whatever it is. But your heart and your mind are sort of trying to get your attention. Okay? That maybe there are some other opportunities in your life that you need to. Maybe there's something you haven't really, you haven't noticed. Maybe there's something that's sort of trying to get your attention out in the world. This is in the position of the environment. And this is sort of like a big flashing light that's trying to get your attention. Okay, so we've got our one major arcana energy. We've got fire, fire, fire. We've got a little bit of water in the form of this, the Queen of Cups here. We've got our air, and it's the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Okay, and the Eight of Swords is in the position of the difficulty, because the difficulty right now is for you to get so wrapped up in whatever this conversation is, right? With and maybe we could be talking about a family thing. Maybe this is something going on with mom or with a sibling or with grandma or something else in the world. Some other person that's close to you. I feel like there is sort of a family vibe going on here. And the concern here is that it's going to completely derail or distract you from your path, and we're going to end up sort of going back to square one. Okay, and I don't know what this news is. Okay, but I feel like it's something urgent. Okay, and I feel like you need to prepare for it. I feel like it's something that is going to need your attention, but don't let it send you back to square one. It might be saying that we sort of have to put plans on hold for a moment in order to deal with this situation. It could be that someone's really tapping you on the shoulder to say, hey, you got to take care of yourself. I think that's suggested here by some of the cards we see, especially the 8 and the 4 of Pentacles. Say that you've got to take care of your body. You got to take care of your heart and your mind too. This is why we've got the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Okay, so it might be just Spirit is trying to get your attention to say, hey, take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're going to end up crashing and burning, and you're not going to get this good, wonderful, big time, big win victory jackpot. And that could be the thing right now, that you've been so focused on this that maybe you haven't been eating, you haven't been sleeping, you haven't been getting enough water, right? Maybe you have to rest your body and your heart and your mind. Okay. I am getting the impression that there's something going on with the family that needs your attention too. And I don't know if it literally is just kind of like going and spending time with them because they haven't seen you in a while because you've been so focused. Or if there's something else going on where your help is needed. Okay, something like that. Anyway, so we've got our air energy, and we do have quite a bit of earth energy, right? And the earth is really what it's about, because I feel like you're making such progress in some aspect of your life, whether this is maybe a focus on career, maybe you're building something, maybe this is, move my dragon over here. Whether this is, this is career, or you're literally building something around the house, or you're focused on, maybe this is a focus on the physical body, right? Maybe this is maybe this is a very, very intense and very focused physical fitness sort of vibe for you. But what needs your attention is your heart and your mind, the subtle bodies. Right? That we've been spending a lot of time on sort of strengthening and healing the body, but what about sort of expanding the mind? What about healing the heart? What about fulfilling the heart? Right? Maybe there's this idea of pursuing something in life that kind of satisfies your soul in a different way. Okay, and what I mean is we got this Queen of Cups up here. The Queen of Cups is really about emotional honesty. It's about lifting the veil. It's about emotional transparency. It's about getting down to the depths of what we are truly after. What is it that we truly want? What is really going on deep in our hearts, deep in our souls, right? Because maybe some of this earth energy activity is a little bit of a distraction. Maybe the earth energy we're involved with now is sort of is taking your mind off something else that's going on. Okay, and that's kind of where the Eight of Swords comes in, because if we realize what it is that we don't want to look at, then we start looking at it, and then everything feels like, anyway, that's the worry, that everything's going to kind of fall apart. So I wonder if there's something going on with you. I still feel like there's some sort of family thing, but there's some sort of feeling in you, some sort of something that you need to look at. Okay? And I think you're not looking at it because, well, I got no time. I'm busy. I'm building some stuff. I don't have time to slow down and to feel what I'm feeling, right? And sometimes we do this. Sometimes when there's an emotion we don't want to deal with, what do? We go to the gym extra hard, right? Or we find some other sort of activity that really needs us, so we can focus on that instead of focusing on that other thing. Okay? So I feel like something's trying to break through to you. There's some kind of a feeling. Maybe this is some work that you're doing, and maybe there's this lingering sort of vague feeling hanging around that I don't even want this anymore, you know? Whatever is going on, though, Spirit is trying to get your attention. It's like Spirit has some kind of breaking news. This is like that news alert that you get on your TV or your phone or whatever that's saying, hey, breaking news coming in. Okay? And maybe the breaking news is that, hey, you're closer to your victory here than you thought. Okay? Maybe it's kind of like the breaking news is that, hey, you've already won. You've already done this, so you can slow down. You can take a break. You can go get something to eat and get some water and take a rest. You know, you've already made it. Okay. I do feel like there's an older female energy in your life that it's significant to you. That's the family member. I think it's an older female. I don't know what their message is or what they need from you, or if that's a relationship that maybe needs your attention, and that's part of what we're kind of trying to just, you know, I can't do it. I'm busy. I'm working. You know. We got to think about that. Is there something that you are avoiding? Is there something that you don't have time for because, I can't, I'm working, you know? The Queen of Swords that we see at the bottom, this is kind of what, I think it's kind of what you feel in your gut, that we know we have to sort of eventually rise above that feeling and see it for what it is. See that it's real, that it's there. You know, it's up front. I think it's looming above you, and it's kind of like we just have to take our mind up there and look at it and say, "Oh, hey, okay, I see you now. I see what's going on. I see why there's been this sort of, I don't know if it's a cloud over what you're doing, or if there's something lingering up there in the atmosphere that you're aware of, but you're not really communicating with it. Now they're communicating, okay? Maybe this is even the idea of, maybe there are two family members. They're trying to bring you into the middle of their stuff, okay? It's another way we could look at this. And you are sort of trying to avoid that because you've got your work already. And you know that if you get entangled in the drama between these two, that you're going to, probably experience a setback of some kind or a delay of some kind, okay? And really, we're talking about these two queens, right? But they really could be two aspects of ourselves, your heart and your mind, right? Your heart's kind of saying, hey, there's a feeling here. Come talk to me. And the mind's saying, can't, too busy. I'm working. So I think there's something going on there. And maybe this is manifesting as two people out in your life somewhere, two family members that are sort of got their own beef going on, you know. I feel like something's been going on for quite a long time. I feel like you've been on this path, this work path for a long time. But I feel like you're very close to success. All of this drama aside, right? I mean, this is something, your heart and your mind is just, there's something going on there. I don't know what it is exactly. But in terms of the work that you're doing, I think you've been very patient. You've been very diligent. There's a benefit to you having those blinders on. If we're not thinking about our feelings, we're not noticing We're not talking to our heart, If we avoid that, you've been paying attention. You've been using all of that energy and focusing on this work. It's like somebody who is just insanely productive, insanely successful in their career, but there's something going on emotionally or mentally that they have yet to confront. There's some lingering issue. Maybe it's an issue at home, and so we're staying at work. Okay? But this is not without benefits, because you're doing it. You're building something. You've got your attention on this, and you're really making something of it. Now, the Six of Wands, of course, is victory. It is success. It is really the conquering of whatever this mountain is, whatever this big endeavor of yours is. You're succeeding at it. Okay, and I think you are going to be leading other people across the finish line too. Okay, and maybe this is kind of the thing that we're not really going to feel victorious until we kind of get the heart and the mind, or get this family thing sorted out. That's the real victory, right? Because you want them to benefit from all of your hard work too, right? So it's kind of like this, the top and the bottom cards, these are going to be there no matter what. Okay, and at some point we're going to have to we're going to have to confront this problem. Okay. Now, as we go over to the Path of the Serpent and talk about these cards, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. And it really does support the channel. And I feel like we have to support all of our favorite YouTube tarot readers. Okay, things are tough out here. All right. I appreciate you. So your general energy, though, it seems to be sort of overtaxed. It seems to be sort of, it's kind of like you're still driving the car as fast as you can. Why don't you park it and go in the house? You know what I mean? Like, what are you avoiding? It's just we're going 100 miles an hour, and it feels like it's really wearing on you physically, but you keep doing it. Okay? This reminds me of that Cake song. The wife can't remember. It's going around and around and around the track, right? And everyone else has gone home, but here he is still driving around the track. There's some reason why you don't want to go home. Okay? And it's kind of like that. We keep ourselves so busy so that there's no room left, no time left for us to confront something. Okay? We've got a lot of fire energy here, though, In the environment, there is that Ace of Wands. It is sort of that big traffic light, that big neon sign that's saying, pay attention over here. Pay attention over here. There's something important that you need to look at, And it's an ace. It's sort of directing your attention as your consciousness, right? And it's in the environment. It's something outside of yourself. I think that it involves something outside of yourself, but of course it has a correspondence in your own thoughts and feelings, But it's something outside that needs you to look at it. It needs you to see something outside to understand what's going on inside. So there's that family thing. There's the reason why you don't want to go home. There's a reason why you're not trying to get involved with this person or these two people, because it's gonna open up a can of worms inside of you that you just ain't got time for. But I think you need to, in order to really materialize the success of what you're doing in your life. Okay, as much success and progress as you make in this earthly realm, whatever this is, if it's a job, a career, if it's school, if it's whatever, or your creative projects, or I don't know, maybe you're in the garage building a car, whatever it is. You're not really going to get the stability or the solidity of it. It's not really going to be successful and manifested and stable until we deal with this issue. See, we have the materialized earth energy here, but it's sort of moving into the fire energy right here. Okay, it's going to take some other other energies have to come into play before we really get the solid earth. Okay. The Eight of Swords is the difficulty, because you know that once you start this conversation, it's gonna be challenging. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna suck, you know. But I feel that this is sort of the last step for you to really feel accomplished, really feel successful, really feel like this is happening, and this is, you know, this is something solid and something real. Yeah. I feel like this is the time for you to try to reconcile whatever this conflict sort of energy is between these two. Whether it's between you and a part of yourself, right? Being aware of a feeling, being aware of a different feeling, right? Maybe there's been a change in your feelings. Or if this is about having to get involved with two other people that are having some sort of conflict, or whether it's you and this older female energy in your life. This is sort of the final, this is it. This is the only thing that's kind of preventing you from really feeling happy and successful. Okay? The card that you don't want, the energy that you don't want, is the sort of over-analysis of something. What we need is just the communication. We don't really need to overanalyze things or thinking about it too much within ourselves. Yeah, that's going to kind of derail everything. Nothing's going to get done. What we need is action. Maybe that's the Ace of Wands here, is just really just doing something to bring all of this together, to sort of, I don't know, maybe reach out and reconcile. Okay, I don't know if these are your parents, maybe. Or if it's, you know, friends, if it's a sibling, if it's a spouse even. But that's like, you know, you want to kind of have this, you want to be able to celebrate this big win with your friends or family, right? But there's some sort of conflict there that, you know, kind of once you have this conversation and things kind of get out in the open and it's going to settle, it's going to be fine. But it's just getting yourself to do that is the difficult thing. I almost wonder if you're sort of estranged from somebody, or if there's just been like, if it's just been kind of like the silent treatment, like for a while, that y'all haven't been talking for a couple weeks or something, you know. But you're having all of this maybe career success or school or whatever this is, this creative success, but you're not able to really share it with this person because there's still that sort of block between you. Okay. I think we should look at, well, let's do a botanical inspiration card, and then we'll take a look at the mystery card after that. We got the pink rose, grace and sweetness. The pursuit of perfection, then, is the pursuit of sweetness and light. So the pursuit of perfection, right, which is kind of what we're doing here, because this is an energy that keeps striving and driving forward. This is the builder that keeps on building, right? And then this is the perfection that we want. This is the sense of victory. This is the perfection. But we know that perfection has to be that sweetness and light. And it's kind of, it's almost saying that, is it really a win if you've got nobody to celebrate it with? Is it really a win? Is it really satisfying to you if the person that you most want to celebrate with is not talking to you? Yeah. So I want this mystery card that we're going to look at now to be something showing the togetherness, showing the reconciliation. I want it to be a 6 of anything. I want it to be the Lover's card. I think that's about it. 6 or the Lover's card. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. King of Cups, fixed water energy. Stubborn. This is somebody stubborn in how they feel. This is somebody that says, no, I'm not going to be the one to to reach out. You know, that we're in this way that we feel, and just no. I mean, this is like if two people are giving each other the cold shoulder. Both of you are going to be the coldest shoulder. You're icing somebody out. You are ice cold, right? And this is saying, no, that's not going to be me. It's like an emotional game of chicken, but it's like going the opposite ways, you know? And I feel that both of you are very stubborn and aren't going to really budge. So one of you has got to kind of, and maybe that's why we got the fire energy here, because there's some kind of ice cold, you know, distance between you and this person. And maybe it's part of your internal state. Maybe there's this ice cold distance between you and kind of how you really feel about someone or something. I do feel that family energy, so I feel that this is someone else in your life. Okay? And maybe the Ace of Wands is saying that you should, if they're not going to do it, you are the only person that in your life that you can sort of control, right? So if you want this, you've got to reach out and you've got to take the initiative. Even if it's not your fault, even if it goes against your nature, even if you really, really don't want to, it feels as if that's like the only thing that you really can do. That's the only thing you can control is your behavior. Okay? And I know it's probably not, it doesn't feel the best for you to be the one to sort of reach out and try to make amends or try to reconcile. You didn't do anything wrong. It's not your fault. Why should you do it? Well, if you want this to be something else, if you want this to be happy and successful and satisfying for your own sake or whoever, then maybe just sort of, bite the bullet and do it. Anyway, this was a special update for you. I feel like this is a message that you need to hear right now. Okay, it does not take the place or replace your Wednesday or Saturday readings. Now we're going to do an extended reading for this. There's a link in the corner. There's one down below. Your new readings are always going to be on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Okay, this is a special update. If you haven't subscribed yet, though, please do. It is free. And leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I appreciate you. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.